All right. Hi guys. We are back for kind of a special little one that we wanted to throw in and do. And I'm kind of excited about this because we fly by the seat of our pants and we just thought of this right before we were going to record, which is awesome. But this will be a really good one because it's the holiday time. And so I was talking to Delancey and it's like, do you think we should talk about this? And she's like, yeah, that's a good one to talk about. So we are going to talk about because I think I've seen this more recently and more because I'm more involved in the adoption world, being an adoptee during the holidays and how you should feel about it. And there's some interesting things that go around. I could probably get on and find some right now that are very interesting. And from what me and Delancey were talking about before, I feel like me and her feel the same way about things.
Mhm,
Like even finding our birth families. I don't know.
mhm.
Do you want me to start or do you want to go?
I think you should kick it off. Let me enjoy my coffee, my little peppermint mocha coffee a little bit more. I think I could,
Ooh,
go
yum.
for it.
That sounds
I know, right? It makes me
delicious.
so
Yum.
happy.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. No, seriously. Okay. So a couple of the things that I've seen is people are like, be sensitive to people around these times because holidays can be hard because they're not with their birth families. And these kinds of things always really irk me because it goes the same for kids who have parents that are divorced in their own biological families. Like, I am sorry, but I'm very, very sick of the don't say the wrong things, don't do this, which I mean, we've been on the receiving end of some really shitty things, but I don't think you have to be like one to speak and tell people do's and don'ts. Anyway, with that, so I know for a fact my family in Colombia, they have some pretty cool traditions to where, they stay up all Christmas Eve together. They go and do things because it's a big thing in Colombia, I guess. And so, but for me, I've never felt like, oh my gosh, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's so bad for me and I'm not there. And I was just telling Delancey before, would I like to maybe go experience it once? Yeah. But Christmas here with my family is so big and important and always has been. And it's probably why it's like one of my favorite holidays. And so it's like,
Mhm.
I don't want to miss out on that. And I've never, ever, 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 ever felt lesser around a holiday because I'm adopted. Ever, ever.
I feel I feel more important around the holidays.
Well,
And I don't think it's because and I know that people are gonna be like, oh my God, what a spoiled brat. It's yeah, I was. I'm not even I won't even pretend. Looking back and I think I figured that out during the holidays and stuff. It's kind of I don't know. I love Christmas. I love what the traditions my
yeah.
family has and the traditions have like evolved and changed over time and they developed.
Are you there? Ugh.
Did you hear me the entire time?
I heard you said that you liked
Did you hear me
family
the whole time?
traditions.
No.
I heard you say that you liked family traditions, and that's about it.
Okay.
Repeat
Yeah,
that for
I
me.
don't
You
know.
love your
I
family.
don't know if that's my internet or if that's your
It's
internet.
it's
Yeah,
mine.
I don't know if that's mine or if that's yours.
That's my bad.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
Anyway, say
Well,
that again.
you know
I
what? We'll
heard
blame Pocket. We'll say it's Pocket's internet.
no, it's whatever. But say that again.
I actually had stopped. I actually stopped because I noticed you were frozen after that. I love the family traditions that we have. Like they've developed, they've grown, they've evolved everything over the
Yeah,
years because things change, dynamics change. You move, your family moves or whatever. Because
exactly.
I'm the baby, baby of four girls. That's I don't know. I never felt that way. I know that there are people who now have I felt a little bit of sadness around the holidays, like maybe a twinge here or there for other reasons. Yeah. Because the
Right.
holidays can be a hard time in general. It's not just because you're
Yes.
an adoptee. It's not just because you are, it's just interesting to me that it's getting cared I'm sorry. I don't get it. That doesn't make sense to me. I look at it and I look back and I made this as kind of this will circle back, I promise. Um, but like in making like the photo albums for my bio mom and then like to give to her so that she could see what my life was like.
Yeah,
And making the
that's
making the
awesome.
photo albums for my bio dad's family and sending it to them to so they could see what my life was like. Looking back on Christmases, like I remember how great the Christmases were, but looking at the pictures, like bro, I had some rocking Christmases. Like I am
Yeah.
sorry, but like I had some amazing Christmases. Like my mom and I were talking the other day. Like I literally just decorated my place last night. I just had the opportunity to. That's very late for me. I usually decorate sooner because I love
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
My mom had her house decorated Thanksgiving evening because that's how she
That's
rolls. Like
awesome.
that's how she rolls. Thanksgiving evening, everyone eats, and then it is like Christmas exploded, and that's why I love it. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it it's always like that. Christmas is the time where you come together as a family, and don't get me wrong, presents are cool, but like you come together with not just the family, but people you love. I mean, your
Agreed.
family may not be a traditional, quote unquote, traditional family. It may be however you make it. And
Right.
I just wish that in the holidays, people would stop focusing on, I'm so sad because like just because we're adoptees and this is what we're talking about. Like I'm an adoptee and the holidays really are hard for me because I'm an adoptee.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, my point of view, my perspective, my opinion, before somebody tells me I'm wrong, um, my Christmases have gotten better since I've like met my bio fam because I have more family to talk to. I have more family to go visit. Like this is actually the first year like you talked about how like you love being with your family on Christmas. I love being with mine. I don't want to go anywhere else on Christmas. So this year I kind of compromised because bio mom and younger brother and baby sister are driving to where my younger sister and her husband are. I'm driving over there the day after Christmas on the 26th.
How cool.
So we won't be together exactly on Christmas. Like we're gonna still have our respective Christmases with our families.
Right.
This will be the first time since we've met that I will actually be there for our version of Christmas, like how we will make it look. I
Very
don't know that
cool.
it'll ever happen again, but
Right.
this is
Right.
a time for us to do that. So it's kind of like, are you looking for a reason to be upset? Like you metaphorical, you looking for a reason to be sad and upset and wallow in your pain and not embracing the Christmas spirit and the reason to be happy, and you're just trying to give an excuse.
Yeah.
Like
No, I love how you
Christmas is
said
what you
that.
make it.
No, and I love how you said that. You said it has gotten better because there's a lot of people who'd be like, "Oh my gosh, look at all this that I missed out on. Look at nah, 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 nah." And instead, you're like, "No, look what's gotten better. Like I'm now like I think that's great. It's just more family, more things. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, but I don't feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's ever bad to have new traditions. I mean, you know what
Mm-mm.
I mean with Christmas. And so I love that you're going to go do that. Maybe not necessarily all the time, which is totally fine, but I love how you worded that. My Christmases have gotten better that I'm older because there's more people to love. Go to
There's more
Lansing's.
people to love, there's more people to be around, and it's interesting that you said the statement I missed out on and whatever because I'm not going to say who, but there were individuals in biodad's family that that's all they could focus on,
Like
only thing
with
they could
you,
focus on.
like with
Mm-hmm.
missing with you.
Mm-hmm. It would have been better if we were there. It would have been better if you had been with us. We missed out on so much. Like, and I'm like telling them, like, look at all this cool stuff that we did, and like, look at all this cool stuff that got. It would have been better with us.
Oh my gosh.
So I understand. I mean, I understand their perspective. Like, I get it. Like,
Correct. Yeah.
I get it. However, I feel as though when you do things like that, when you say things like that, like I don't really think adoptees realize how much they hurt their families when they say comments like that and how much they hurt others when they make
Yes.
comments like that because
Yes.
there was 6 months of comments like that, I believe 5 to 6 months of comments like that straight,
Wow.
where it was constant criticism. And I would make, I would deflect and I would, correct and the best that I could. But I really want adoptees to take into consideration that when you say statements like that, like I've missed out on so much with my biofam or however if you take it as far as to say your real family, I would not recommend that because that's hurtful.
Right.
It's you're doing a lot of emotional damage that people can say I'm sorry and they can try to do better, but when it's continuously said, that can tarnish the relationship
Well,
because
it
I don't
goes.
speak to them at all anymore because of things like that. Like, and I
Right.
was looking forward to a
Unfortunately. Yeah.
relationship with them,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why whenever people tell me, like, oh, you have it so good, like whatever, like look at how things like your adoption
Mhm.
story is not like mine. You haven't had any trouble. No, I just haven't publicized it because it's icky and I don't like to talk about it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
but I just want adoptees to consider, especially around the holidays, like, yes, get help, get backup, get support if you feel that way, but be careful when you're trying to relay your feelings because it might make you feel better to say it out loud, but that doesn't give you the right to make somebody else feel like crap.
No, I totally agree. And all I can think about is when you're talking is that was their decision, not like
Mm-hmm.
your dad's birth dad's side of the family's decision. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been learning that more and more. And I wish people would be like it's like with Jenna, how she's like the birth mom that she said, I hope my hardest decision is the best decision for him. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but why can't people respect that when people want to make those kinds of choices and it's
Yeah,
not their,
I agree.
you know what I mean? It's not their
Right.
choice.
And why wouldn't you want to celebrate that at the best time of year, which is Christmas?
Right?
Why would you not want to celebrate that?
I
Like,
totally agree.
I don't understand. Like, even if you have a not so fantastic adoption story, if you've had struggle,
Right.
there are
Right.
people, like we've said before, there are people who are in their biological families who have had struggle, who have had this, who have that. I feel like if there is ever a time of the year in which you can look and you can grasp onto the happiness and joy and positivity of anything and hold on to it for dear life to just make it through the end of the year, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
Yeah.
and if you need help, ask for help. It's
Yeah.
okay to ask for help, to ask for extra support
Yes.
during Christmas because I guarantee you, even if you're not happy during Christmas, you realize you should be happy during Christmas because it's a holiday season.
It's
And I'm
so
not saying
true.
because there's Christmas music playing everywhere, because I even find Christmas music annoying and I love Christmas. But like, there's so many jovial things that are going on. You have kids that are happy, that are like about to get out of school for breaks, parents that are like, oh, I need to come up with a bunch of activities to do, like people that are looking for like thoughtful things to give to their loved ones. They're decorating, if you are blessed with snow, amazing. If you don't feel like the snow is a blessing because it's like negative something degrees outside, I'm sorry, but like,
No. No, and I
ask,
love it.
ask for help, just ask
Yeah.
for it.
And it goes back to any time of the year that I've noticed with you saying everything, try and find the positive. Try and find the positive. And that's what you're doing is trying to find the positive in it. And it
Mhm.
is interesting because there are some adoptees that I have seen that they hate the holidays. They absolutely hate the holidays from things from their past. But these are more like what I'm noticing, not necessarily adoptees that are adopted like us from infancy, but more like
Mhm.
foster care or older, or they've stayed in their family. And that's another thing, how people always tell us people should be like stay in families and do the whole kinship care thing. And it's like that can be really nasty too. And we've talked about that, how there's really crappy, family members that they could go to. And it's like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I just like, we will always acknowledge that foster is a lot harder. We acknowledge that. We
Mhm.
understand that. We get that. Like, I mean, I remember Corey saying do you remember that when he went to that family and they like bought all these crazy presents for
Mhm.
him and then he bounced because it was really awkward and uncomfortable for him.
Mhm.
Like, when you're not used to things, yeah, you know what I mean? So, everybody's different, which is totally fine. But I love that Delancey said, don't harp on the negative. Don't harp on the negative because I'm sorry, who wants to have a crappy holiday season? Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody does. Well, I mean, and it's one of those things. Like, I actually had a meeting not too long ago with a facility that helps with try to help them get their message out there about breaking the stigma behind mental health, addiction, things like that. And they say that the time that they advertise the heaviest is on billboards, things like that. Normally it's just word of mouth, but on
Mhm.
billboards is around the holiday season.
Wow.
And I was like, I get it. Like, I understand. Like, a lot of times people, um, they don't know how to ask for help because they're starting to feel however they're feeling, whatever the turmoil is within inside them and things like that.
Right.
And they don't know how to ask for help because they feel, I need to put pocket down. They feel like, I guess, they're going to get judged. Oh, she was squirming around in my lap. I couldn't get settled. Um, and it's kind of like, and they're not getting the attention. I don't mean that by like they're trying to be in the spotlight. Like, no one take me wrong. They're not trying to be like they're in the
Right.
spotlight, but it's kind of like they've never been taught how to not harp on it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
No,
Like
yes, yes.
that's all they know because that's all that was ever reinforced to them on
Right.
how to be able to be given attention at the holidays, maybe because they've
Yeah.
had such negative experiences, and that's the only thing they know how to tie to it. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a balance there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know, like you burn the Christmas cookies and you have a little temper tantrum because you burn the Christmas cookies instead of, burning the house down because you burn the Christmas
Right. Yeah. Oh, no.
cookies. I feel like
Yeah.
there's different ways to handle things like that. And
Agreed.
but when I was talking with her, she was like, yeah, there's a lot of people, they don't really know how to ask for help. I was like, yeah, they go to social media and they talk about it instead of asking for help. That's what
It
happens. And they tell you that you have to be okay with how they feel because, that's just how they feel. Okay, you can feel that way, but you ain't gonna kill my holiday joy, Scrooge or Grinchy
seriously.
or whatever it is. Like, and I'm not saying that to
Gee.
make fun of them because that just
Oh, and I
but
didn't even no,
even
I
the
didn't take it that
Grinch
way.
found his love. Even the
No,
Grinch found his love for Christmas. So
it's true. It's true. Well, and
but
that
have
I
you
like how
ever
you said that because are you there?
no, go ahead. Go.
No, you're no, I was just gonna say I like how you said they take it to social media. Does
Oh
social
yeah.
media really fix anybody's problems? Even the people that look the happiest on social media? Absolutely
Mm-mm.
not. So why are we going there? And I'm with you. I hate the I feel this way. I'm okay to feel this way and I'm not going to do
Mm-hmm.
anything about it. And I just look at those people and I'm like, my heart goes out to you because you're missing out on so much in life by just choosing to be angry at the world and angry
Mm-hmm.
with your situation, which is fine to be angry for a minute and to acknowledge it, but why sit in it forever? That just makes me like, ugh. Like who wants? Ugh. No, no.
That's like moving into a super nice place to live and then turning it into an episode of Hoarders and thinking it's okay and
Oh,
being all right
ew.
with it
Oh my gosh,
and
that
being
show.
saying
I
like
haven't
this is
seen that show in
perfectly fine.
forever.
Oh my gosh. I just like it just popped in my head when you said live in it because it just goes back to the whole entire it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel however you're feeling, but when you move in
Yes,
and stay there, that's where
yes,
I have concerns.
yes.
And I had somebody tell me one time that I'll never forget this. They told me they said I feel like you're fake, and I was like, how am I fake? And they said, because I've seen you have like a bad day or a sad moment, and then like I think I was having like a super frustrated in my office, and I was just sitting there like staring at my computer, and I guess I was making a face at it or something, and then like somebody came in and they were talking to me, and I was just like, and I was just like kind of like listening to them and just going with it, and then like an hour or two passed, and I'm like popping around because like the moment's over, and they were like, you go from being like irritated and upset or frustrated or whatever you were feeling, and then you just go back to being jovial you. They're like, I just feel like you're putting on a show. And I said, or hear me out, I'm having my moment, I'm dealing with it, and I'm moving on from it.
You're
And I was like,
being
why
a
would you let
human.
something frustrating wreck your whole day? And I was like, I spent so many years letting one little
Right.
thing wreck my whole day. Bye.
See,
That's not
to
being
me, that's
fake.
just
That's processing. That's like that's acknowledging your emotions and moving on from it. And then they kind of sat there and they went, "Oh, well, I guess that makes sense." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then in the next sentence they call me a walking Hallmark movie. So whatever.
I think you're just human. Like when I think about it, you're human. You have good moments, you have bad moments, but you don't,
Emotions.
yeah, you don't choose to sit in the bad. I'm sorry, but if I like every time, like, if you guys even follow Delancey, she posts quotes, like not dark, brooding quotes, just like how life is hard. Like, not even that. Things that she's going through. And you know, like for me,
Mhm,
I know when she's going through something because it's just she talks about how can I pick myself up from this is how every single quote happens. Like it's okay to feel like
mhm,
this,
mhm.
but Delancey doesn't have to get on and be like, guys, today. Like, no, no. Like,
Now I have made some sassy TikToks before. I have done that. I have made sassy TikToks,
okay.
but I feel like that just
That's okay.
I don't know. I feel like it's okay to acknowledge your emotions. Like it's
Yes.
okay to
Yes.
have emotions. It's okay to have reactions. It's okay to do all of that. I've
Yeah.
never and I think that's what I love so much about my family and why I'm so thankful and I'm grateful because they're all so different.
Yeah.
They're all so different and they're also like
Yeah.
and it's not saying like they haven't had a hard day or they haven't had a bad day. They're allowed to have their moments or whatever, what have you. But it's kind of like I don't know if you follow me, this is come full circle again. If you follow me, you'll notice that this well, if you're on my friend on Facebook, I don't do it on Instagram, but on Facebook, I always do 30 days of thankfulness in November because I learned how long ago did I start working? When I was working in retail, like a long time ago. I'm not even gonna go with the years because that's really gonna make me sad. Um, when I started working in retail, I noticed that I had a hard time in the holidays because I was working in retail. And I didn't get to go home very often for holidays because you have Black Friday, you have, then they started opening Thanksgiving evening. Then it's like Christmas. I had to work Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas. Like it was very difficult to be with my family
Right.
during the holidays. So, and I noticed it started, as much as I still love Christmas, it started to take a toll on my heart a little bit. And that wasn't not because I'm an adoptee. I miss my biological family. No, it's I miss my family. I want to be with my family. I want to see the kids open Christmas gifts. I want
Right.
to like spend time
Yeah.
with my mom and dad. Like there were a couple of Christmases that I begged for time off after Christmas, like shifted my off days from the beginning of the week and like, please, I will work,
Right.
as much as possible, driving around to whatever. Just give me a couple of days after Christmas.
Yeah.
And I like and Christmas Eve, this is the best one. Christmas Eve, I drove all night from Alabama to North Carolina after I got off work so I could surprise my parents in the morning for Christmas. Like that's how
Oh.
important Christmas is to me.
Yeah.
But I had to keep my heart in the Christmas spirit, even on the bad days, to get my heart ready. I learned that the 30 days of thankfulness, and I had someone actually, I'll touch on that too, criticize me and say you should be thankful all the time. And I'm like, cool, that's your opinion. I am. And I said, but I feel like me expressing for the 30 days of November, saying
Yeah.
day one of 30 days of thankfulness, this is what I am thankful for.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes people go, you know what? I'm actually thankful for this. Even if they don't read the whole thing, if they just see day one of 30 days of thankfulness, that starts to get your heart ready and starts to get other people's heart ready. So if you're going to take to social media during the holiday season, try to put out some kind of message of even if you are struggling, how you're trying to overcome it so you can help somebody else instead of pulling them down. I know that kind
Amen.
of took a turn from our original like adoptee,
No.
but like if you're an adoptee and you're struggling during Christmas and you're getting help, instead of just saying I'm struggling, say I am struggling, but this is how I'm overcoming it. Let me help you with my story. Share your story. Don't share it to there's a way to share your story and share your feelings, what you're dealing with, that's not gonna make somebody else drown with you,
Agreed. No,
if
totally
that
agree.
makes
And
sense. Like, and I
no,
don't want to
it does.
Does that sound okay? I feel like that
No,
sounds
it does.
terrible.
No, and I like how you touched on like the thankfulness because I would see it and it honestly made me be like, I should do this too. And I love it because you don't realize like when people see things, it really does affect them. Now, if she was going on and being like angry every day, I'd probably be like,
Day one of not thankfulness.
right. Like, who doesn't want to see good, happy things? And,
Right.
like people are going to go through hard things. Everybody's human,
Right.
everybody's okay. But, like
Mhm.
Delancey's saying, don't freaking sit in it. Who wants to sit in it? Not me.
Well, yeah,
Like,
don't sit in it. There's things that you can do. There's like tips and tricks, and I don't want to
yeah.
say tricks because that makes it sound bad, but like there are like like for example, if I was it not last year, it was 2 years ago, right after I lost my job with when I was working with Samsung and they laid off 250 of us. Yeah. Oh,
What?
it was super fun. Like 2 weeks before Christmas. It was great. It's so amazing. So
Wow.
amazing in 2020. But it was COVID related. It was a blessing from God. Like from it
Yeah,
honestly, I
it all
can't
worked
speak
out.
for everybody else, but it all worked out. It worked out as it
Good.
should. I
Good.
needed that. I needed to kick in the pants to do the things that I needed to do to get to where I am today. However, in that holiday season, oh my gosh, I would wake up every day after that happened, every day with just this. It was like an elephant was sitting on my chest. It was awful. And I could just feel like whenever I would first wake up and I would just be like, oh my gosh, this is the worst. This is the absolute
Mm,
worst. Like this is I don't know where my life is gonna go. And I'd already told my family, like, I'm not dealing with this until January 1st. Like I'm just not. I'm
mm,
gonna just I'm gonna make it through the holidays. But
uh,
every morning I would wake up that way and I would just be like, oh, and I would stand up and I would, thankfully I had Pocket because Pocket is just a little ball of joy. She doesn't know anything but happiness, which makes my life better.
yeah.
And, I would take her outside and we would go play and I would have my coffee and I would, you know, get up and I would go and I would make a list of the things that I needed to do that day. And it wasn't really anything. It would be something silly like, I, you know, work on I think it was like work on Christmas gifts and I would have the list of the Christmas gifts or like make lists for Christmas. Like I did it in a process so that I would keep my days full. So I would keep a
Right.
routine going. You have to find what works for you
Right.
and
Yeah.
do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't live in it. When you
Yeah.
live in it is when your life falls apart.
Yeah. No,
When
it's
you
true.
wake up
And
and you go, whew, elephant's still there. Okay, all right, I still feel like I want to saw my eyes out and like I don't know what's gonna happen and doom and gloom and the world is gonna end. Okay, all right,
yeah.
let's go make some coffee. Let's go take the dog out. Let's
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
I can't when people just want to go, I'm gonna move into this house of icky and I'm gonna stay here forever and just
Well,
live here.
I just like how I mean, you can relate, everything that you're saying, you can relate, but then you're like, I know that I need to pick myself up and I know that it's hard. And I like that you're saying people should ask for help. I know it's way easier said than done. And the world is really gloomy and doomy right now. And so I think that's why, even more so, I'm like, why do you want to live that way when the world is so yuck? Just throwing it at every angle at you. Like, why? Why want to live like that? And it totally relates to what, like, the topic of this adoptees in the holidays, because why do you want to sit and harp like, oh, it would have been better? Like, that breaks my heart that like things were said to you like that. Like, it would have been better if it was with us. It would have been better. It would have been better. And it's like, how do you know it would have been better? Like, you don't know how my life has been. Have you even asked? Like,
And the thing is though, and that's what it comes down to. It's like you don't know like you don't and so like for when people say it would have been better if I would have stayed with my
yeah.
biological whoever or if the biological say it would have been better if you were with us and I can't believe I even actually opened up and said that on this podcast because I usually don't ever talk about it. I usually just keep it to myself, just throwing that out there. But for you don't realize, and if you do, you're if you do realize what you're doing, you have some issues within yourself you need to work out, and you need to ask for help with that. But like when you say things like that, words hurt.
Yes.
Words hurt a lot more. Like you can heal from a physical wound a lot easier than you can ever heal from a verbal wound. Because the verbal wound, again, I've said this in a previous episode before, if you're anything like I am, that will replay in your head over and over and over again,
Same.
especially if you're having a bad day. It's just like it'll pop in there. Or out of nowhere.
Yep.
Out of nowhere. You could be having the best day in the world and then boom, there's one sentence. But I think because I had already done so much work on myself
Uh-huh.
that, and I already had read the letters from him, and I had already developed a relationship with, because I did it in stages by design to make sure that everything was good. Um, and because I had such open communication with my parents,
Yeah.
that every single time they said something like that, I would be like, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah.
Like the comment was made that I talk like a hillbilly. I'm fully aware that I have a southern accent. I'm fully aware that it comes out when I get like super excited or super angry. I'm fully aware. However, calling somebody something like that, especially somebody like me, that words hurt or they irritate or they can do that. And it's one of those things where just don't.
Yeah.
Hurt people, and I understand that. But instead of trying to hurt somebody else to make yourself feel better, or instead of trying to pull somebody else down, to ask for the help. Find the routine, find the things that make you feel better, find whatever it is, the two things or the three things that you're going to do every single day, no matter what. Do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that way you can keep going and you're not, just be careful because when you put, especially if you put it out on social media, when you put it out on social media, you're reaching a wider audience
Yes.
to invite into your quarter home of
Yeah.
doom.
It's true.
Like,
No.
I feel like I went on that, just went in circles. Sorry, everybody. I hope y'all stayed on
No.
the train tracks with me.
No, because it goes with everything. And I like that, like, here's my thing too. Me and Delancey, I mean, right where we're at in our lives right now, we've done a lot of work. But it doesn't mean that we
Mm-hmm.
haven't been where people have been, but we've done the work. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I know there's gonna be people who be like, well, you don't even know what it feels like. Yeah, we do. We do. But the difference is we've done the work. We've reached a point in our lives where it's like, oh, light bulb,
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to sit and feel this way forever. We're
Mm-hmm.
human. We've had those bad days. We continue to have those bad days. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
That
And it's
part, that part, it doesn't mean it's all peaches and cream after we do the work. Like we still have those days.
exactly.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But I also like that you said that oh shoot, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, words. Because I've always hated the saying, and I know we've talked about this before, sticks and stone may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words always hurt. I'm sorry, but they always do. And I'm just like Delancey, somebody says something to me, and I always think of that because it sticks with you forever. Like she said, physical heals. You
Mm-hmm.
were gonna remember you got punched in the face, but it heals. But like when somebody tells you things, oh, those don't ever go away. Like you can heal
Mm-hmm.
from it, but it will always be there. It will always be there, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what. And so
Mm-hmm.
your bruise will disappear. Mental, your mental
Right. Your
beating won't
mental
disappear.
stays with you. And
Yeah.
even if like circling back to them, like even though they didn't say any of that stuff to my family, I took offense to that for my family.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that hurt that hurt me knowing that somebody would have the like somebody bought Audacity on sale so
Yeah.
that they could say the things that they say. Like
Right.
I have one I have like one hard line in the sand, and I've anyone that knows me knows this, knows I have a hard line in the sand. And you cross it, we're
No.
done.
Okay.
Like you, that's my family. End of day, my family, my mom and dad,
Yeah.
my mom and dad, period, end of story.
Yeah.
Because I honestly really like, I think I attribute that to really, if you really think about it, this is going back to the holidays. I think I really attribute it to the holidays because it is our favorite time. Like birthdays are cool. Don't get me wrong. Birthdays are great. Gotcha days, whatever. Easter's cool. Fourth of July is cool. Like all that stuff's fun. But there is such a liveliness around Christmas for us in our family. Like such a like we're that family that's like, oh my God, I got your Christmas present today, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love
I
it so
love
much.
that.
Like, do you want to go ahead and open it now? And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, it's literally December 1st. No, I don't
That's
want,
awesome.
but I got it for you. And it's so good. Like it's so good. Like it's I saw it and I immediately thought of you and I know you're gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it.
Aw.
You don't want to open it now? It's like, no. Or, the Christmas ornaments that we've made together, it's such a lively time.
Yeah.
So that's I guess like it's hard for me to understand that even if you're in a dark time at the holidays, you don't have one like happy memory to pull you out of it. Like it doesn't even have to take anything. It could take somebody buying you a coffee at Christmas. Like it doesn't
Or
have to be a big thing.
or you go buy somebody a coffee to make you feel better.
That part too, volunteering and serving for others.
You know what
If
I
you're
mean?
having a hard time, if you're having a hard time with if you're an adoptee and you're having a hard time because of family, wait, what was it? What was it that they're saying on a social media exactly?
Just like that it's hard and not to talk about things and that they like things like they all the things they may have missed out with like birth families and how adopt being an adoptee can be hard because all the feelings that you could like kind of like what you're saying if I was with my family still this would be better like those kinds of things all the shitty kind of things they say just now warped with the holidays well if I was still with my birth family and then and it with the, just mixed it with the holidays that's all it is.
Hmm. Okay. All right, that's what I thought it was. I just want to make sure I had it right
No
before
you're
I,
good.
I swear, I feel sorry for people listening to this because they're probably like, Melina is a nice one, Delise is a wackadoo. Yes, I am. You're
Whatever,
welcome.
no
Um,
no
but
stop.
it's if you feel that way, then go volunteer somewhere.
Yes.
Go volunteer at a soup kitchen. Go volunteer at an animal shelter. Go go donate to a thrift store. Go donate to um for example, I know there is a place here where I live called Homes for Hope. I just shared it on my Facebook, and I don't know if I can share it on Instagram. I probably will try, but they're doing it to where if you feel that way, there are children. Homes for Hope is a Christian ministry foster care thing
Uh-huh.
here. You can buy them a Christmas gift. So instead
See,
of living in or donate to have their Christmas be made magical. So instead of just a thought for anyone that's an adoptee or knows anybody that's an adoptee that feels this way. If you feel you've missed out, if you feel that you don't have this, or you feel X, Y, and Z, find something like that where you can make a difference in somebody else's life. And I guarantee you'll get the holiday spirit. Because God put us on this earth to serve others. I am sorry. He has put us on this earth to be there for others and to serve others. We're just not here for ourselves. I just don't think that. And if you are posting on social media about how upset you are, you're serving yourself.
oh my
So,
gosh, I love that you said that. We are not here to serve ourselves. We're here to serve others because it's 100% true. The people that just sit and are like, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. Because then I think exactly what you're saying. Like, go get a present or something. I mean, how many things do they have
toys for
like for
tots
families? Like, yeah, or like sub for Santa, like those kinds of things that they have for kids. And like
all
that
the
we have
time.
it at work right now, and there's your Christmas tree. And I was reading some of the things that the kids want. It's things that I take for granted every single day. Socks,
Mhm.
boots,
Yep.
coats,
Yep.
blankets. Like how is
I
it
think I saw on
not
that
like
list on ours, it was
yeah,
one of them asked for a shaker cup. I was
yeah.
like that's such like you said, we take it for granted, and not just
No,
kids, but like there are elderly people in nursing homes
who are
that
lonely, who don't have maybe
who are
family to
lonely, who
visit
don't
them.
have
Yeah.
anything. It doesn't always have to be monetary. You don't have to donate stuff with your money, but like if you are truly feeling this way, you're truly feeling upset that you don't have X, Y, and Z because you should have stayed with your biological, whatever it is. As an adoptee, you know what? As an adoptee, I feel like it's your responsibility to give back to others and to be the difference.
Agreed.
Be the
I agree
difference, because
100%.
you are on this earth for a reason, and I do not believe God put you on this earth for you to serve yourself. So start
Exactly.
serving others. That'll make you feel
Amen.
better. Ooh,
Amen.
ooh, that was like,
No, I love that. I
I said
love
that with
that.
my chest. That was a lot.
She's sitting over there drinking her coffee now. No, I love that. I think that's a great note to end that on. Seriously, do you have anything else that you want to add? Because I love what you just said.
No, I think that was it. Really, in that one, I'm so sorry. Like, oh,
No, I love it. I think it's good. And my favorite thing is like people who truly know us and have listened to this, they know we've gone through hard times. They like, we're not
mhm,
people who are like, oh, it's just magically going to be fixed if you're going through depression or shit. No, we know it takes work. We're not naive
yeah,
to that. We know that. We've been through our own
mhm,
shit. So don't be like thinking, oh,
mhm.
well, they can just talk on. No, we've been through it. We've been through it. The only thing is we come out on the other end, but we still live
Right,
with it, but we work through it.
right. Well, and I think that's why we're so adamant to share it.
Yeah.
We're so adamant to share it because we know it's hard,
Yeah.
because we've been there, because we know it's not all, as much as I would love for the world to be all unicorns and glitter, it's just not.
Yeah. Shoot. Are you there? Dang it. Your face
And
is frozen.
inside,
Oh. I know. There you are. Okay, say that again because you said it's not all unicorns, rainbows, and glitter, and then say what you said after that. Do you remember?
hold on. Um, I'm almost positive I said it's not as much as I would like the world to be all unicorns, rainbows, and glitter. Like, I just think it would be a better place if it was. But it's one of those things of, I think one of the best things that you and I did to work on ourselves and to move forward, even when we're having bad days, is we found inner joy and we hold on to it with a death grip. So that
100%.
even when we're having bad days, even when the days are crappy, we still have that inner joy. And I will attribute that to our relationship with God.
Agreed.
Like,
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
and I pray for everyone who doesn't have like a solid, I don't mean just like you go to church. I mean, like, because I thought
Right.
going to church was enough. I thought it was enough. It is not enough. It is not enough.
No.
It's using, I don't know. I just feel like using our talents and getting involved and doing what we can, because you serve others just like I serve others. I mean, we take time for ourselves, but
Putting in the work is what it is. Putting in
putting
the
in the
work.
work, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, it's so adoptees, it's okay to not be okay, but ask for help.
Yeah.
Ask, for help from someone so you can get
Because
through this, and that way you can figure it out and feel better.
who wants to be lame
Because,
and miserable around the holidays? Nobody. Nobody
dude,
wants to be around those people either. I'm sorry, but they don't.
no, they don't like, just even if you have to decorate your house, like your place where you live, like it's the gingerbread house, and say it's just going to be you seeing it, that's
Yeah.
okay. If it
Yeah.
makes you happy, do it. Do whatever,
Yeah.
do what makes you, put in the work. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Exactly. No, I love that. Okay. No, I think that's great. This one was good. I love these. And Delancey always has seriously such good quotes. I love her insight to things. I really do. She's over there like it. But no, I do. I love it. It's my favorite. So okay. Well, on that note, we will end. This one was good. I always love them. I always love it when it's just me and you talking too, because I feel like there's, I
I
don't know,
don't
just
know.
some good
It's like,
conversation.
it's
So
just, we get to
yeah,
hang out, and
I
then you
know.
get to let me ramble, and I love it.
I do too. It's so good. It's so good. So, all right. Thanks, guys, for listening. We do hope your holidays are going well, however you celebrate them, because we know there's so many different ways to celebrate it. So just
Mhm,
go enjoy life, go out
mhm.
and enjoy your holidays. So, yeah.